Hi, my name is Marc Belaiche. I'm president of TorontoJobs.ca. In this short video, I share with you some thoughts as to what's happening in today's job market as of Tuesday, September 8th. First of all, the job numbers came out for Canada and the United States last week. In Canada, employment rose by 246,000 jobs in Canada in August, led by 206,000 more full-time jobs, which is pretty impressive. The employment rose at a faster pace for women than men for the third straight month, with women gaining 60% of the total new jobs. Canada has now recovered 1.9 million of the 3 million jobs that were primarily lost in March and April this year. So we're back to about 63.5% of the jobs that were lost. The increase in the number of jobs indicates Canada's economic recovery continues, but the gain suggests a recovery to the pre-pandemic level of employment remains far off. The unemployment rate dropped to 10.2% this month, or at least for August. In Canada, the unemployment rate for July was at 10.9%. By province, Ontario actually saw the largest increase in jobs. Quebec and British Columbia also had some strong gains. Alberta was down 7% and Ontario down 6.4% since the pre-pandemic time period. So they are struggling provinces through all of this. By the way, Calgary has the highest unemployment rate in Canada for a Canadian city at 14.4%. By industry, employment was strongest in education, as schools across the country began plans to reopen. Accommodation and food services also rose as confidence in growing to restaurants and as Canada goes into stage 2 and stage 3 continued. Manufacturing also continued its steady rise as well. No industry, though, has yet to recover from the pre-pandemic up to the same levels that we had before. In the U.S. economy added 1.4 million jobs in August. This is down from 1.7 million jobs that were added in July and down sharply from the 4.8 million that were added in June. Payroll are still more than 11 million jobs below their pre-pandemic levels in the U.S. This was an interesting article that came out which showed the top fields for male graduates and female graduates 5 years out after they finish school. The top 20 fields are included in the list, and you can certainly connect with me and I'll send you the list. But the top 3 for male graduates 5 years out: mining and mineral engineering at 111,000, pharmacy, pharmaceutical sciences and administration, and petroleum engineering are the top 3 for males. Now, the list, especially the top 10, includes a number of engineering roles. On the female side, the top 20 fields with the top 3 that I'm going to name soon were also named. And this is, again, 5 years out of graduating, how much they're earning and what are the top 3 jobs. So pharmacy, pharmaceutical sciences, and administration is number 1 with a 94,000 median salary. Then you have mining and mineral engineering is number 2 and chemical engineering 3. And again, for females, engineering was very high in the top 20 jobs in terms of wages. The temporary layoffs exemption has been extended to January 2nd, 2021. Last week, the Ontario government issued a news release in which it announced that an employer has temporarily laid off a non-unionized employee for COVID-19 related reasons can continue to have the employee remain off work until January 2nd, 2021. It was originally September 4th, 2020. This won't trigger termination and severance pay obligations under the Ontario Employment Standards Act. In a poll that came out, asked some employers, will you give the employees flexibility and time to care for their school-age children coming this month? Well, 53% said yes, that they would offer some flexibility provided they still get the work done. 3% said no, they will need to figure it out on their own, meaning their employees will need to figure out how to get their work done and get to work at that point. So an interesting survey that came out. Minimum wage increase. As of October 1st, 2020, next month, the general and specialized minimum wage rates will increase by 25 cents as part of the Making Ontario Open for Business Act, which the Ford government introduced in October of 2018. The act stipulated there would be a minimum wage freeze until 2020, at which point annual increases tied to the Ontario Consumer Price Index would begin. So the general minimum wage will increase from $14 to $14.25 per hour. The student minimum wage will increase from $13.15 per hour to $13.40 per hour. And a liquor server minimum wage will increase from $12.20 to $12.45 an hour. Some of the upcoming events that you may be interested in participating in that TorontoJobs.ca presents. We have the virtual Immigrating to Canada conference, which happens on Thursday, September 10th. TorontoJobs.ca also presents the Canadian Virtual Controllers Conference on September 22nd. And on September 25th, TorontoJobs.ca also presents the TorontoJobs.ca Virtual Career Conference. For more information about these events and more, visit TorontoJobs.ca/news, and you can follow the links to register for each of those events. Some of the hot jobs that TorontoJobs.ca is currently recruiting for, we have a senior accountant role with a CPA firm in Hamilton, Ontario. We have a financial advisor role for somebody working anywhere in the Greater Toronto Area. And we have a senior manager role with a CPA firm in North York. These are just some of the many jobs that we at the TorontoJobs.ca recruiting division are working on right now. If you're interested in more information about these roles, email resumes@TorontoJobs.ca or go to TorontoJobs.ca, hover over the TorontoJobs.ca recruitment division tab at the top and select recruitment openings. And from there you can apply and send us your resume. So if you're a job seeker, 3 things that you can do this week. First of all, sign up for one of our virtual events. Again, go to TorontoJobs.ca/news for more information. Practice answering some interviewing questions. Think about how you would answer behavioral interview questions, such as, what would you do if? Or tell me about a situation when. And finally, visit our TorontoJobs.ca YouTube channel and watch at least 2 videos and subscribe to our channel. And I've done a number of videos on different job search topics that will help you. Stay positive. Make this week your best week ever. September is back in, fall's in, school is back in for most people. Make sure to make this week your best week. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn as well. Grab a copy of my book as well. You can get it at talesfromtherecruiter.ca, and you can also get it from Amazon and Kobo. You can follow TorontoJobs.ca on all our social media at Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And finally, post your resume on our site, and you can search and apply to jobs and sign up for job mail there as well. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great week.